Alright, so I'm not really sure what just happened, but I was doing my Periscope broadcast and then it just dropped or something like that. So I guess that's just some tweaks and kinks or something, maybe with the feed or with the network. Hey Steve, hey Mickey, hey Scorpio. My name is Erica, the Life After 9 to 5 coach, and welcome. Seth, my husband's name is Seth. I like you already. Hey Homer, hey everybody, thank you for joining. Make sure that you double tap my screen and show me some love. I'm trying to get 1,000 hearts by the end of this month. I just joined. Oh, love it. There we go. I just joined Periscope less than 10 hours ago, and I'm just jumping right in. I'm going to flip this around so you can see me. Hey, we're back. Is he AA? What's AA? What does that mean? Is that? Hey, Artie. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate that. Is he black? Oh, African American. Duh. That's crazy. You know what? It's really weird. He's biracial. So he's half African American and he's half Puerto Rican. So half yes, I guess, to answer that question. This is part 2 of the Periscope. If you missed the first one, you can catch the replay, and then I'm going to also do a blog post about it. But I'm talking about Periscope because I've never met a Seth that was AA. Well, so he's African American, a half, and then my son, the son that we have, his name is Seth as well. So he's 75% AA and 25% Puerto Rican if you want to do the whole DNA thing. But no, I've never seen anyone named Seth that was African American either. I thought it was pretty cool. Hey Amelia, thank you for coming back. Sorry, the Periscope, it just dropped. So thank you. I appreciate you guys for coming back. Let me know what questions you have about your business. What business are you in? What business are you trying to start? What are some business roadblocks that's really keeping you from taking it to the next level? I'm talking about it. I'm answering questions. If I don't have the answer right away, I'll get you the answer and then I'll put it in the blog post. So make sure that you my blog post can be found on ehvconsulting.com, and I'm trying to post twice a week. I just relaunched my website on June 1st. Before it was like all Life After 9 to 5 cubicle escape marketing stuff everywhere, but I want to open it up a little bit more. And it's not as busy. Another reason why I wanted to rebrand my website, because it got really, really busy. I'm a low-key techie geek. So I build my own websites and I build my clients' websites and stuff like that, but I don't advertise it and I don't put it in my services. But the more I learn about WordPress and the plugins, I tend to like overdo it. It's like plugin overkill or sidebar widget, widget overkill. And so my last website became super duper busy, and it got to a point to where it became too busy for me. So I know that anybody knew that was coming onto the website, they're like, well, what the hell is this shit? You know, like, where do I start? And I was getting a lot of traffic, but I was losing a lot of traffic at the same time. So, you know, if it's going to be kind of productive to have a website and you have people not really going to the next level, it's not really a point of having a website, or you need to do something different. So that's why I redid my website back on June 1st. It's much more cleaner. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. It's ehvconsulting.com. Getting back into Periscope. On the last broadcast, I was talking about some ways that you can use Periscope to integrate into your business if you have a product or if you have a service. Let me know what questions you have about Periscope, and I could try to answer as much as I know for right now in the last 10 hours that I've been doing it. One little bonus that I will give you about Periscope. I really found out a lot about Periscope from a guy named Alex Pettit. I'm going to spell that because I probably chopped up his last name. He is like, he was like my go-to. Matter of fact, I don't even have to spell it. I think I still have it up here. I'm going to switch my screen around. I'm double tapping my screen so I can turn it from front to back. So on YouTube, this guy right here, he looks a little dorky, but he really knows his shit. So this is where you can follow him on Periscope, and this is where you can follow him on Twitter. And his YouTube channel is probably the same thing. Let me scroll up a little bit so I can get in there. Oh, it's kind of fuzzy. Sorry about that. Well, if you can't see his name, it's his same name, but except for on Periscope, there's no space. But on his YouTube channel, there's a space between Alex and then his last name, Pettit or Petite or whatever, or however you pronounce that. If I chopped up your name, Alex, I'm sorry. But he has like 4 or 5 videos. See if you can get him on this side. Can you see him? Looks a little blurry. Maybe I need to clean my screen off. Let's try that. All right, so the top one, 5 Twitter stats that will grow your Periscope. Super duper informative. It's only like 25 minutes long. I took tons of notes. The second one, 5 tips to overcome the first scope phobia on Periscope. So, go through some of those. He give you a lot of hands-on, a lot of demos and stuff like that. That's where I learned a lot about it, and I got so excited from just watching what he was doing. I said, screw it, I'm going to just jump right in here, because that's the best way to get your hands dirty and really get in there. If I mess up, whatever, oh well, take it as a lesson learned. Make sure that you're double tapping that screen, giving me some hearts and give me some love. I'm trying to get to 1,000. Wow, thanks for the info. You're so welcome. I'm all about info. One thing I've learned about being in this business, people don't like to share their information. I don't really understand why, because you need people to make money and you need people to spend money. So if you don't want to work with people and share information, it's going to be really, really hard for you to share money. And it's going to be really hard for you to make connections with people as well. So if I don't get any joy in keeping any information to myself. If I know it, I'm going to share it. If I have a resource or a link, I'm going to give it to you. Because we're all different and we do things in a very, very different way. So yeah, no problem. I love to share information. Trying to think. Let me see what else did I put on here. Oh, something else that I learned about Periscope. Thank you for the love. Make sure that you have a catchy title when you are creating your broadcast for Periscope. So I'm trying to envision what Periscope looks like. So you know how you go on there, then it has 3 icons at the top. I want to say maybe like the globe or the world, and it has a TV, and then it has a globe or like the world, like the world icon, and then a third one I want to say is like the picture of people. The first one is the TV, and that's like all the streams that's happening live right now that's going on across the world. The globe, no, sorry, I'm lying. Let me back up. I'm doing this from memory here. The first one is the TV, is all the live broadcasts of people who you're following. The second one, the world, the globe, if you click on that, that's all of the Periscope broadcasts that's happening live around the world. People that you're not following, that you can just jump right in, see what they're doing and what they're talking about. Kind of being nosy, trying to see what's going on so you can see how to do your stuff. That's what I did. And then the third one is all the people that you're following and who's following you. But then if you want to go ahead and start your broadcast, it's like that little red dot or Periscope. You click on that, and then there's like a little section for you to type. Well, that section where you type, that's where you're going to put your title. And a couple things I learned about the title is that it needs to be catchy, just like a blog post or anything else like that. If you want people to really catch it right away and join right away, you want to make sure that you have a catchy title. Another thing that you want to do is make sure that you have a hashtag. If you notice in my second broadcast, I hashtag Periscope Party, because that's kind of like a trend going on right now, and Periscope is hot. I want to be hot. I want to gain followers and get my message out there and help a lot of people. So I want to get on the hot bus. So I hashtag Periscope, and then because it's Friday and I came up with this Feedback Friday, I hashtag Feedback Friday. So I put that in my title. And what's going to happen is when you share that on your Twitter feed, people are going to see that. And they're going to see it, and if it's interesting or if it's client magnetic, they're going to say, oh, wow, let me check it out. So make sure you have a catchy title. Another thing that I learned from Alex, and if you don't get a chance to catch his video or don't have 25 minutes to spare, another cool thing that he taught us was that when you first hit your broadcast button, whatever your screen captures in that first 1 to 2 seconds, that's going to be your Periscope picture when you do your promos. For example, if you look at the playback, or when you look at the playback, stay in here, but after this is over with, look at the playback, and you're gonna, like, that first picture that's on there, that's whatever my screen was pointing at. So be cautious about when you first go live, what your screen is actually looking at. If it's looking at you, and that's cool, great. If it's the picture of the wall or the floor or your feet, that's going to go out live in your replays, on your Twitter link and everything like that. So make sure that you want to have a picture that's going to either be the title of what the Periscope is going to be about, a picture of your pretty face or something, so people can say, oh, well, this looks interesting. Let me see what's going on, and click play or replay or join the live broadcast. What else did I learn? Oh, I learned that, okay, so we're getting ready to go live on the broadcast. So before you hit the start broadcast, so you've already done your catchy title, right? And then right below that catchy title, there's 3 additional icons. The first one's like that arrow. The second one is a bird. The third one, shoot, help me out, somebody, if you know what the third one is. Damn it, I can't think of what it is. Shoot. Oh, I know. And maybe I'm giving them to you out of order now that I think about it. But one of the icons is for you to allow people to share your broadcast or to make comments. Now, if you click it once, only people who follow you can make a comment. If you click it twice, or if you ungray it, then anybody can make a comment. So they don't have to follow you to make a comment. The other one is the bird. That's the Twitter bird. So if you click on the Twitter, if you gray the Twitter bird or select the Twitter icon, when you get ready to start your broadcast, Periscope is going to do you a promo and send that Periscope link to your Twitter feed. So everyone who follows you on Twitter can see that you're in a live Periscope broadcast. They can click on that broadcast link right there from your Twitter feed, come back into Periscope, boom, they're right there. The other one, I forgot what the other one was, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to find it out, and then I'll put it in my blog post after this. What else did I find out? First frame. Oh, flipping the camera. So I've already told you that when you double tap the screen, only when you're in a live broadcast. If you are the person that's the presenter, then when you want to flip your screen around, your phone screen around, right now it's front face, obviously, but to flip it around, you just double tap it, and then it's whatever is in front of you. So make sure if you double tap your screen to flip it around, it's like you don't have no crazy shit behind the screen that people are going to see. So that's another thing that I learned as well. What else did I learn? Oh, if you're a watcher of the broadcast, like you want to show people love. So you want to like just double tap the screen and make sure, show people love, that you appreciate what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're giving out, stuff like that. So make sure you're double tapping me, please. Appreciate it. What else? Big mistakes that were made. Oh, one of the biggest mistakes that Alexei people make is that when you first hit the broadcast, thank you for the love, I appreciate that. One of the biggest mistakes that Alexei people make is when you first broadcast, there's just like this blank stare that's going on for like maybe 1 to 5 seconds. And the reason why people do that is because they're looking to see if anybody joined or if anybody's watching them, and they don't want to start talking and wasting their hot air unless there's someone on the other end of Periscope that's actually watching and taking in what they have to say. I can respect that on one end, but on the other end, you got to remember, Periscope has a 24-hour playback. So when someone goes on here later on, let's say an hour or 2 or 5 hours from now, and hit replay, the first 5 seconds is going to be them just seeing this. And now, just like with Twitter, Twitter is kind of like a broadcast on steroids, just like Twitter is like conversation on steroids. If someone hits that replay and the first 2 seconds of you just in there doing this, they're going to like, oh, this is some bullshit. And then they're going to click off, right? So you don't want to do that. Be conscious of the replay factor that happens after you do your live broadcast. How to get followers on Periscope. Okay, so I told you how to get followers on Periscope. You make sure that you hit the bird. It goes to your Twitter feed. And then you can also do a promo as well. You can do a promo before. If you know that you're going to go live and not do anything impromptu. If you know, let's say tomorrow, you're going to do a Periscope broadcast at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You're going to let all your friends know. You're going to put it on Facebook. Put it wherever you're out there on social media, and let people know, make them aware, hey, this is where I'm going to be, this is what I'm going to be doing, this is what I'm going to be sharing, and so people can be conscious to go ahead and tune in. What else? Oh, I think I said it already, but the playback is only for 24 hours. So another cool thing about that 24-hour deal, it creates a sense of urgency. So let's say you have something hot that you want to let people know about, or that you have a giveaway, but it's only for people who watch your Periscope. I started my Periscope at 12 o'clock. Well, this is part 2, so I think I started part 2 at 12:40 or something like that Central Time. So they have until 12:40 tomorrow Central Time to watch this. Let's say I was doing a giveaway, or let's say I was saying, by me being a business coach, I'm giving away a full scholarship to my online courses for the first 3 people who watch my Periscope, leave a comment or whatever, something like that. So if they watch it in within that 24-hour frame, they have an opportunity to opt in, or whatever the call to action would be, to get a full scholarship into my coaching program or something like that. So that 24-hour period, it really lights a fire under people, and it creates a sense of urgency. So as a business owner, you can really use that to your advantage. Create a sense of urgency, create calls of action, create a buyer's impulse by doing that. All right, so that's pretty much all I have for this Periscope. Like I said, in the part 1, it became part 1 because Periscope dropped me. Shame on them. But make sure that you watch part 1, because I was answering questions on how do you know it's time to start a business? How long does it take to make money? How long I've been in business? My viewpoint on direct sales. What I like about it, how I transitioned from it, and what I love about Periscope. I talked about it in the first half, or the first part of it, and this, of course, is part 2. So unless you have any questions, because I'm answering questions, again, let me know where you are, who you're from, what you're doing, and how I can find you on Twitter and Instagram, and what your Periscope thing is. Follow me. I'm gonna follow everybody back. Make sure you like it up and give me some hearts. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I'm Erica, the Life After 95 coach. Drop me a question. Let me know what type of business question you have. What's going on? What is your biggest challenge right now in trying to grow your business? I'm answering that right now on my Periscope party. I think next time when I do a Periscope party, I'm going to have music to really give it a party, and maybe have something to drink. This is just lemonade, but maybe I'll have some wine or something and make it a real party. Ivy from Chicago. Chicago, that is my hometown. I'm in Milwaukee right now, but I'm actually from Chicago. I can't even really say that. I'm an Army brat, but I spent majority of my childhood and some of my teen years in Chicago more than any other city or state. But by me being an Army brat, I've lived in, I want to say 9. I've lived in 9 states, and I've visited 22. I was born in Germany. The first U.S. state I lived in was Alaska. From Alaska was Louisiana for a few months, and then my dad moved our family back to Chicago, because that's where that's where my parents and grandparents are from. Hometown originally is Chicago. So I did a few grammar school years in Chicago. I didn't do any high school in Chicago, but I'm really happy about that now. I was really bummed about that back then, but I'm happy about that now. And a lot of my family on my mother's side is still in Chicago, so I still claim Chicago to be my hometown. And I had the pleasure of living through the Bull era, the 90s Bull era, and to witness that. And I had the original Jordans, not all the new upgrades that's coming out right now. So I take a lot of pride in my Chi-Town hometown, and I've lived on every side of town: north side, south side, west side, and east side. I lived on all 4 sides of Chicago. I've rode the train, underground, and the L. I've worked downtown Chicago. I went to Harold Washington. I first went to DeVry when I left high school in Alabama. I had a full scholarship to go for DeVry. Back then it was called DeVry Institute of Technology. Now I think it's DeVry University or something like that, or Keller or something. But yeah, when I moved back to Chicago from high school, I went to school. I went to college on the north side, got a job downtown, and then I left DeVry, and then I went to Harold Washington, like right there off of Lake and Wabash. So yeah, I know all about Chi-Town. So what other questions do you have about your business? What do you like so far? What don't you like? What are you finding that is cumbersome for you? Is it marketing? Is it getting clients? Is it knowing what to say? A lot of people is like really bummed about blogging and stuff like that. Okay, I'm getting this weird twitch. I don't know if it's gonna cut out on me again. If it cuts out and there's not any more questions, I'm gonna just go ahead and start my blog post. Just make sure that you follow up and catch a recap of this on ehvconsultant.com. That's where my blog lives, and that's where my business coaching information lives. You can catch me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is lifeafter_9to5, lifeafter_9to5, and then Instagram, same handle, lifeafter_9to5. All right, I'm gonna be out of here. I did it in a full hour. I'm so excited about that. No, thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being support. This is my first real Periscope broadcast. I did one last night just to see what it was all about. I'm going to share my experience about that as well, because that was pretty cool too. It was like maybe, I don't know, a few seconds, and I had a bunch of stuff going on. So yeah, so thank you. So mark your calendars. Every Friday, 12 o'clock, I'm going to have a Periscope party, a Feedback Friday, sharing tips, sharing tweaks, giving you business answers, here to help you out any way that I can. So mark your calendars to do this every Friday. If you can't catch me live, send me questions either through Twitter, Instagram, or on my website. Go to my contact page and send me your questions there, and I'll make sure I answer those questions on my next party, and then you have 24 hours to catch the answer to whatever your question was. All right, I'm out. Now, I don't know how to, I was going to say stop broadcast. Okay, I'm out. Love you guys. Thank you so much for becoming my Scopies, or whatever the Periscope jargon is. I don't know, I have to make up something. But thank you so much. I'm out. Love you. Bye-bye.